Welcome back. Tuesday morning, the SGX 50 is up 30 points, which should take the Nifty above levels of 18,700, at least in opening trade. The mid-caps outperformed yesterday. That's a space that you'll need to watch. But what about individual stocks? This is CNBC-TV18's list of top stocks for the day. Our entire research team is standing by. And on top, we've got Nimesh with Aditya, Birla Capital and Sapphire India. Hi.
Hi, morning, Rima. So this, fundraising spree continues. First, I'll go with AB Capital. The book was launched for a QIP last evening. They're looking to raise close to 1750 crore, which means close to $213 million. The indicative price is between 170 to 176, and the stock rallied in the last 30 minutes of trade yesterday and ended at 181. I believe the demand is quite strong, and one-time book is already covered by the larger FI. So I'll go with green because there is strong demand, and the NBFC will raise close to 1750 crores via QIP. So that's the first one. The second is Sapphire Foods. Even in Sapphire, there was a book launched last evening. A leading FI investor who owns 4.8% equity is looking to sell out its entire stake. So it's a clean out trade. And the book was launched last evening. The indicative price there is between 1345 to 1391, which means up to 3% discount. My sense is the block should happen in the block window. If that goes through, then again Sapphire will open in the green. It ended 2% higher yesterday, but I believe even in Sapphire, the demand is quite strong.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Let me take it off from there. BLS International should be on your radar. This is a stock which has rallied 90% because it is a play on India's tourism. They provide visa services. But the news right now is that the company's subsidiary, BLS E-Services, which does not provide visa services, but they provide consumer-centric services like KYC in rural India, in hinterlands. They will provide your PAN card services, Aadhaar services. So the company is planning to do an IPO of the subsidiary BLS E-Services, where the company holds about 70% stake. Axis Gates Technology is another company on our radar. The company has announced to the exchanges that they have completed refinancing of their existing debt of 210 crore. This debt was taken on for the acquisition of Mistral Solutions. Now that they have refinanced this debt, the borrowing cost, the interest cost will come down by more than 400 basis points per year. And finally, Navin Fluorine should be on your radar. Board meet on Friday where they will consider a fundraise. We're talking about fundraise. There is some more on the anvil. Abhishek joins in with City Union Bank and ICICI Pru Life.
Well, Rima, City Union Bank has taken a board approval to raise funds up to 500 crore via QIP. This is an enabling resolution which almost every other lender takes at the start of the year. If they raise at CMP, the Tier 1 ratio can improve almost by 1.5% as per my calculation. ICICI Pru is the other stock on radar. They have got a show cause notice from DGGI. This is for not paying tax of about 492 crores pertaining to a period between July 22 to July 12 to about July 22. So the matter relates to industry-wide issue of tax input credit that they had taken earlier. The company believes that it had availed eligible input GST credit in compliance with all the provision under the CGST Act. So companies shall take appropriate steps in due course of time, and this matter will be contested going ahead as well by the company. Back to you.
All right. Well, Abhishek, thanks very much for that. And we'll come back to ICICI Pru a little later with more. But let's talk about more stocks with news flow. Vivek is standing by with that list. Vivek, morning.
Well, good morning. Quite a few block deals that happened in the session yesterday. First on our list, Aavas Financials. Yesterday, small cap world fund sold almost 7.7 lakh shares. That is almost 1% of the total equity. They held almost 8% at the end of the March quarter. Amongst the buyers, Society Generale picked up almost 3.96 lakh shares over there. Parag Milfuls, the interesting trend where, 6 cents India Opportunity Fund continued to purchase shares over here. Almost 0.7% stake that they bought yesterday. At the end of the March quarter, the 6 cents Opportunity, Fund 2 as well as 3 held almost 3.5%. But, what's more interesting is the fact that from June 11th onwards, almost every day, they've been picking up some stake in the company. Watch out for Rolex rings as well. Yesterday I did see a large block deal happen over there. One of the promoters, Ashok Kumar Madeka, sold almost 0.9% stake in the company. He held 3.17% stake at the end of the March quarter.
Thank you very much for that. Let's do a quick recap then of the top stocks. Stocks with positive news flow are Aditya, Birla Capital, Sapphire Foods, Parag Milk Foods, BLS International, Axis Gates, Navin Fluorine, City Union Bank. Stocks with negative news flow are Aavas Financiers, Rolex Rings and ICICI Prudential.
Okay, all right. Well, those are all the top stocks you look at. But Abhishek is staying still on with us because he wants to run us through some brokerage notes for the day. Abhishek?
Well, Nigel, to begin with, we have Macquarie on Paytm. They've downgraded the stock to neutral from outperformance, so it's a double downgrade, and the target price is at rupees 800. So there has been sharp outperformance, which drives their downgrade, is what they have mentioned in their note. Current year so far, Paytm is up almost 59%, and Nifty is up only 3%. So they are saying that there is an overhand in terms of selling from Ant Financial, which owns around 25%, and JFS related announcement in RL AGM could be another negative trigger, is what they have mentioned in their note. Now we also have CLSA on ICICI Pru. They have a buy rating, target price being raised to about 700 per share. They say that the company is focusing on APE growth and multiple levers, which augurs well, and ICICI Bank is bottoming out. Wallet share gains possible in other bank partners could also aid in growth. So investment in agency to help along with product mix diversification, and they expect to see industry growth levels with optional of higher growth also for ICICI Pru. We also have Jefferies on Piramal Enterprise. They have a buy recommendation. The target price has been increased to 1,025 from earlier target price of 895 per share. The management suggests that provisions should stabilize as wholesale one stress has been recognized by the company. So in retail, the growth is strong, and it should drive a 15% loan growth over FY23 to 26. So recovery in profitability will be gradual based on elevated OPEX, which will continue for the company. And the stake sale in Shriram Finance is slightly value positive, but can also lift earnings. So at 0.6 time FY24 price to book value, the valuations do make it a favorable risk reward scenario. Back to you.
All right, Abhishek, thanks very much for that. So those are some calls coming in from sell-side brokers. Manisha is now joining in with a roundup of what's happening in the commodity space. Manisha, morning.
Morning. Thank you for that, Prashant. Well, I'll start with the crude oil prices, which are trading firm on political instability in Russia, but the demand concerns from China keeping the prices in check. For the month of June, we've seen 5.5% decline come in for the crude prices, and this is going to be a second straight month that you are seeing prices ending in the negative. I also want to talk about the metal prices, where the wait for the China stimulus just goes longer. The manufacturing sector has shown weaker numbers, and there is support needed for that. The new yuan loans in the May also totaled at 1.3 trillion. Markets were anticipating 1.6 trillion. So you have a bit of a disappointment there as well. And then it is higher rate hikes from central banks, all of that weighing on. So copper is off its 6-week highs, and the prices have seen a decline of 4% for the month of June. Steel is off its 2-week highs. Iron ore prices trading in the negative for the week and the month as well. And same is the case with zinc and aluminum. So another month which is not really ending positive for many of these metals.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Let's take a short break. Up next, we'll invite Nishal Maheshwari of Centrum Broking. He'll join in to talk about individual stock analysis. We'll also connect with Mahesh Palawat of SkyMed Weather Services for a monsoon check.